Yeah, we've had our run-ins with Tom Chiusano over the time we've been here. Nothing major, but the issues.
I've done radio a day in my life. I need some help.
I'm gonna be PD/consultant.
Don't come in and pat me on my back when I do my show. I just go, hey, that interview you did with the wrestler. Hey.
Line up there. It's part of the T. It's part of the subway system for the rest of America. A lot of us have been on the red line. And the front page of the Boston Herald today says the perv line.
The perv line.
Subway sex predators have riders on red.
Predators.
Because it is the red line.
Yeah.
On red alert. I think we need to read every single word of this story. Usually we try to just get to the
skim
around, but subway stalking perverts are more likely to attack women riding the red line than any other route.
Now, why is that? Did they think about it?
The red line? Red line is that the trolley? Is that goes through Brookline and where does that go? Do you remember?
I'm trying to remember. Doesn't that go across the Charles and goes into Harvard and all that crap? Right?
Yes. It's Cambridgey. Yes,
it's Cambridgey.
It's a very upscale route. The orange line the orange line is the dangerous route. I would think back if I can remember. I ain't been there a long time, but the orange line is kind of a little dangerous. But the red line there's the green line, which is completely white because that is the trolley and it runs through Brookline rather. The red line is
it goes
Cambridge.
Oh, there it is.
It goes all the way down. Yeah, but it goes all the way down to Braintree.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. It goes across the Charles River from
Quincy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
Alewife Station. Very non-dangerous.
There's some red alert areas on the red line.
Red alert.
Yeah, there certainly is. There certainly is.
Downtown Crossing.
Yeah.
Government Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kendall Square. Nothing. Not a dangerous. That's MIT. That's Cambridge, and there's nothing dangerous about that line.
But except for the perverts.
Except for the perverts.
All right, it's a perv line.
That's why the perverts picked that line. They didn't pick the orange line.
I guess they've been taking a close look for the last couple of years.
Pervs are mostly white guys anyway. Guys that would do this on trains, it's a white guy crime.
That's racist, Anthony.
But it's true.
It's absolutely true.
It's true.
Anthony, for
Yeah.
being honest once in your life about race.
Of course. I'm the most honest guy about race.
Why aren't there a lot of black perverts?
We're aggressive.
It goes from just
black people
doing that.
We're harassers. And there's no no gray area. White guys live in gray area.
They like going on the train and doing this thing, like this guy.
Instead of let me see your panties, baby.
So there's been instead of reading all this the boring stat crap, there's been a lot of incidents on the red line.
What is this music?
That's from Risky Business. That's a good call by the E-Rock.
Really?
Yes.
I
Sex on a Train, I think this was called or something.
I missed that.
This is the Great Tangerine Dream.
Is it?
If I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Oh, damn.
That's a white lesson I learned. Okay.
Damn,
cool.
Good.
This is as white as music gets right here.
Yeah, I missed this one. I'm not against white learning.
White learning.
This is new to me.
Well, the police reports reviewed by the Herald detail a range of lurid attacks by sexual predators, from exposing themselves. You got to be careful because you can get fired for this crap. So I want to acknowledge that, but I want the women to call when a guy exposes themselves to a woman and they're non-threatening. We've done this bit before. A lot of women call up and go, yes, you're absolutely right. You want to laugh in their faces. You're not scared like, oh, my God, what's going to happen to me?
Some women are. They're petrified.
Of course.
If the guy gets more aggressive than just
so let's acknowledge
doing
that.
certain things. Yeah.
Because the stupid media will take our little break and then cut out the parts where we acknowledge,
They think sexual harassment's funny.
Right. Then they take out all the serious stuff of our conversation, then just throw the sound bites that get us fired on the air. You got the sexual predators from exposing themselves in front of female passengers to that word that we're not allowed to say, or sometimes we're allowed to say. When you take care of yourself. Yeah, that's going on the train. To grinding up against them and grabbing and groping their the parts you would want to grope on a woman. Mm-hmm. their elbows and shoulder blades and the back of their knees.
Yeah, I think it's more...
the naughty parts.
Yeah.
We want to put a stop to this, is what they're saying. Really?
Do they?
I love that crap. Of course you want to put a stop to it.
We want to put a stop to this.
You don't really need that in writing.
No.
Working women are targets going to and fro work, said Lisa Edwards, blah, blah, blah. The trains are so packed, they don't know who's going to go through their pocketbook or rub their butt. And Paul, acting chief of the MBTA, acknowledged that sexual assaults are underreported because many victims don't realize it's happening to them until it's too late, while others are too embarrassed to report it.
Oh, my.
Among the more grotesque incidents on the red line. Here we go. The first one. Now, we got as a show, and this is where we need the females to call. Is this horrific? Is this funny? Is this horrific and funny?
Okay, that might qualify as that.
All right. Is that fair enough?
Fair enough. And can I please, and we're trying to stay as undangerous as possible in this.
Yeah.
I was reading it, and there's a time of the day. There's a time, and there's a specific woman that they are saying, working women are being targeted. So these guys have an ethic. This is not just random, like he just at 3 p.m. This is a early in the morning getting up to do what he has to do kind of dude.
Well, these are smart guys because they're trying to make sure they don't get caught. Because they're going for crowded trains, is what you're getting at.
Right. It's just they're rush hour dudes.
All right. So
crazy.
After boarding a crowded train, so is this horrific? Is this funny? Or is this horrific and funny?
I think horrific and funny. I find humor in it because it's so bizarre and out there.
All right. We got to be really careful. We got to acknowledge this because, we're supposed to be responsible on the radio. For some reason.
I think if my mother came home and said, some guy grinding up against me on the train.
Well, then it would be horrific. There would be nothing funny about it. And you want to kill the guy.
Wait a minute.
But that's the other point here. We don't know these people. We have no connection to them.
See, that's another thing.
But if my mother said that, and after I heard the story, are you okay, moms? Like, you know what I mean? Like, some guy just grinding me on the red line. I might, after I find out she was okay, I might have a good chuckle.
You might laugh about it.
Like some people grinding my mom's. Like, you know what I mean? I might just...
Yeah, a lot of people...
I might giggle.
Kind of funny.
Look, because I want to clear the lines, because people call up with the dumbest stuff when we want the women to call now. Go ahead, Bubba. Hopefully this will clear the lines. Go ahead. Bubba in Boston. Yeah, what's up?
All right, basically, the reason why the pervs get away with a lot of that stuff on the red line is because the red line is the oldest one, and they have all those open train stations, not like the ones where you go down underneath where the blue line and the green line and the blue, whatever it is. Basically, they're all open, so they get away with whatever.
All right, thank you, sir.
Oh.
Let's go to Dave. Dave.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't. Because wouldn't you want to, do stuff underground than above ground?
Yeah, but it's an underground station. Like, they're underground.
Well, it goes above ground, too, across the Charles River, and, it goes... yes, Dave.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, for three guys who still live in Boston, you guys really forget a lot. The red line doesn't just go through Cambridge and MIT and Harvard and all that. It also goes through Dorchester and Southie.
Quincy, though.
Quincy. We said all the way from Braintree to freaking Harvard. I get it. Or actually a little past Harvard.
But Quincy's like...
It definitely goes through some bad neighborhoods, though. So
all right. All right, let's acknowledge that there's some bad neighborhoods. Can we hang up on all these people? Because we want to try to get some women on the phone. Our phones are lit with people going, no, there are bad areas. All right, we get it. Thank you. Thanks for helping us out. So here's the first incident. After boarding a crowded train at Park Street at 5:15 one evening, it's rush hour, right? A young woman felt a man cupping and rubbing her bottom.
Bottom?
That's how they write in the paper.
Her bottom.
Cupping and rubbing her bottom. When she asked him to stop, he explained he was reaching for the pole.
Certainly was. Whatever you want to call it there.
Well, he was hoping that she was going to,
Yeah.
Make your own joke at home there. While walking home after this happened on the train, she discovered... Can you say this?
Not even.
Why not? I think we're allowed to, though.
She discovered something.
I know some stations will panic and dump out, so let's keep it as clean as possible. While walking home, she discovered that he had blank on the back of her pants?
Charles Nelson Riley? Let's say I put blanked on the back of her pants. He had blanked on the back of her pants.
Do you do Pauline? Do you do a Pauline?
It's almost like Charles Nelson Riley. They're kind of the same, but very flamboyant. But he was on Match Game.
Can you say Cool Whip?
Let's see. He had Cool Whipped on the back of her pants. Wow, we're going to have to go to the judges for that one.
He had...
Look at Richard Dawson there. He's blanking on the back of one of our guests' pants.
Yeah.
How about damp clouded?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Cool Whipped on the back of her pants will not work.
Damp clouded.
Damp
It's
cloud.
a damp cloud.
Damp cloud.
Let's say hi to Corey. She's from Long Island. Corey, what's up?
Hey, how are you guys today?
Good. What are
Hi.
you doing?
Well, I'm hearing some of these comments, and some of them are a little horrific. That Cool Whip was a little gross, but every time, I'm from Long Island, and every time I go into New York City on the subway, in some form or fashion, I get rubbed up on, touched, but nothing is actually seen. But the minute I get off the subway, it's hilarious, because people actually go out of their way in public to touch you and just be stupid. And as long as nobody's Cool Whipping on me, I'm okay with it.
Cool Whip.
Or, in the words of Stephen S. from Bayshore, tadpoling. Thank you. So this, Danita from Jersey. What's up, Danita?
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, man.
You asked if it was hilarious or funny. I think it's hilariously funny, because if you sit there, you can get him off you. He doesn't have a knife, a gun, or anything like that. You're fine. Get up, walk away, and get over it.
That's a black woman talking, by the way. Black, it's really not. It's like, mother, I know you're not rubbing up on me. And a white guy can't go, excuse me, ma'am, I'm reaching for the pole. I'll knock you in your face. So it's really, this is really a white woman's, oh, God, no.
Yeah, I believe that a black woman would handle it a little differently. Like, she's not going to listen to
a black person's conversation we should be even having.
She's not even going to listen to the excuse of Whitey and his business suit.
Pardon me, ma'am, I'm just getting to the pole.
It's going to look like a scene with like Queen Latifah in a movie.
You did. Don't you trying to reverse psychologize me? You on the pole. I'll smack you.
Don't tell me you're trying to tadpole on me.
Minus the swearing we can't say.
I know.
But
Yeah.
there's no way.
No, right?
Oh, God, no.
Let's say hi to Jenny in Maine. Jenny?
Hey.
Jenny.
Who can I turn to? What's up, Jenny?
So when I lived in New York City, my girlfriend and I were sitting in Central Park,
Mm-hmm.
and we noticed that down the hill this guy was, as you say, helping himself.
He was tadpoling.
Right.
He was tadpoling, yes. Staring straight at us, and when we finally noticed he was close to the top of the ladder, shall we say,
Yeah.
and we stood up and started laughing so hysterically that you could actually see him blush from down the hill.
Oh,
He probably
really?
loved it.
We just walked off laughing so hard, I'm sure that
I think
he never did that again.
Yeah, I think if you're in that position, you're gonna do something crazy like that in public. You're hoping that you get a pretty horrific reaction, like "Oh my god, oh my god!" But if you start laughing, they're completely mortified.
You're ruining it.
You're ruining it.
Stop it.
This one is, this is bad. Upon exiting a train at Central Square, a man grabbed a woman, pinned her against the wall. Then he kissed her, put his hand under her shirt, pulled down her you-know-what, that held up her you-know-whats, and you-know-what them.
That's
she
bad.
pleaded with him to stop and managed to break free. That's just
horrific.
Yeah,
There's just no charm to that.
that is
It doesn't have a humorous little
Reaching
twist
for the
to
pole
it.
has a sort of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to Barbara in Jersey. Barbara.
Hi, guys. I love you, first of all. I just want to say that.
Barbara.
Well, you better get XM then.
They're
Thank
coming for you, Barbara.
What's up, Barbara?
Well, a couple years ago, a friend of mine worked on the 33rd Street train headed to New York for an audition. So we're sitting there, we're getting ready, and we're putting our makeup. And next thing you know, this guy was next to me looking at the paper. And I'm looking in the reflection of my mirror, and I see I thought it was a thumb out of his zipper, and I'm thinking, what the hell is that? It was his penis, and I'm like, oh my God.
This is turning into a train wreck
I
call.
I don't freak out. I just stop and I say to my friends, look at this, and I gave her the mirror, and she's like, what? I said, just look down, and she looks, and she sees, and she's like, we both jump up, and we crack up laughing. We don't, scream or anything. And the guy knew that what he was doing. Obviously, he knew that we knew. So
was it to you or in general that the dude was the dude doing it in general, or was it?
Well, there was a lot of
friend?
dumps there. Basically, she looked over and there was something that was there that probably shouldn't be there if you're on a train.
Right.
Oh no! Oh, they let that fly. That's nice. Thank you.
So was it? What was it to you, Miss?
I think Patrice. I think that the fact that he knew that we were going to sit next to him, that he was ready to go. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he was a white man. Why is it always a white dude? I mean, it's always, I'm always hearing that it's always a Caucasian guy.
Oh my God, we had
White guys are the profile for that kind of thing.
we had an incident.
It is.
We had an incident here in New York City, man, with a white guy. I think he owned a couple of restaurants, if I'm not mistaken. And he decides to expose himself late one night on the subway. Just a regular white guy for the most part.
Yeah.
And he didn't have much of a record or of doing this
Anything
type of
else.
thing. Right. And the lady across the way pulled out her freaking cell phone and snapped a shot, and it was on the front page of the paper.
Front page of the paper. There he was. Yeah. He had to come forward and say, it was me. And
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
Okay, because I heard the show for a couple of days. I hear the show every morning, by the way.
Thank you.
But I just wanted to say, without cursing or anything, that Anthony's penis is so big, you can make balloon animals out of it. Thank you.
oh,
Hey, look at that. That bit continues.
nice.
Thank you, Barbara.
Have a great day. Bye.
All right.
Somehow I don't mind Barbara from New Jersey coming up with a joke like that. When it's stupid Bob Kelly, it bothered me.
All right, we got a few more, but we got to take a break. So we're talking about the perv line. It's the red line up there in Boston. A big story today. It's on the front page of the paper, and we got a couple more incidents that happened. There's two more really, really interesting ones we'll get to. And the women, they're calling like crazy.
Oh, yeah, stay on the line, girls.
Please stay on hold. They're proving our point today.
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, it's looks ridiculous, and it's kind of funny to them.
It looks ridiculous.
Especially if they're with some of their friends.
Yeah.
When it's going on. So please,
really is silly.
Please, women, stay on the phones for us, okay? We need you today. And if you got a story, 877-212-ONA. Opie and Anthony. Patrice, Tampa? We got that in while I was eating eggs, right?
This weekend, yes, sir. Thank you.
Say it again real fast.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tampa Improv, 813-864-4000 for tickets. Thank you, sir.
A lot of brothers were down at the range yesterday. Patrice.
What? What's going on?
Patrice was just looking at one of my videos.
We're broadcasting.
Took down at the range. It's on YouTube if you want to look up Anthony's FS 2000.
Yeah.
And you'll get to see me shooting it off.
Is it legal to show that?
Yeah. It's at a range. I'm at a legal range, and it's a legal gun.
If you play video games, the gun I'm looking at him fire is the highest level gun you can collect. If you're collecting guns, like you get low-level guns and some, cheap rifle, that's the gun.
That's the Mac Daddy.
To kill the bad guys, the boss.
Yeah, the boss.
At the end of the game gun.
That's a great gun. And I went to the range last night and fired off a couple hundred rounds. Oh, there's some. It's up on YouTube. I put a few clips up on YouTube.
Look at this gun.
And a lot of the brothers were down there at the range last night. And I shoot at targets.
Was they looking at your gun like, oh?
Yeah. One guy goes, damn, that looks like it's from a movie.
Yeah, man.
And I was shooting at sighting targets. They got targets on there. It's a sheet of paper. It's got about 10 or so little circles that are about a size of a silver dollar. Every one of the black guys at the range were shooting at targets of people with the biggest handguns I've ever seen in my life. Boom, boom, just blowing holes in these posters of people. It's hysterical. But they all dug the gun. They liked that. They were like, damn, what is that? Everyone asked what it is. It's an FS2000.
That's crazy, man.
They have the F2000, which is full automatic, but you're not allowed to own that. So that's the civilian version.
Besides the Army?
The military. Yeah, it's made in Belgium.
I asked Anthony this morning, I go, aren't you getting sick of shooting at the targets? He goes, yeah, I kind of am. That's why I'm going to be hitting the streets soon. He actually said that. Hey, this is good, but I don't want to lose these women.
No, keep the chicks on the phone. Here we go.
They sat through a very long commercial break. We want to get to a few of these and see what it's all about here. Let's say hi to Sam. She's from PA. What's up, Sam?
Well, I was just going to say that from what I hear, I would kind of like Anthony to expose himself to me.
Wow.
Look at that, Anthony.
That's great.
Becoming legendary.
Good for my rep.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Let's go to Ray in Westchester. Ray, what's up? A lot of guy names for girls. What's that about? What's up, Ray?
Hi, I want to say I'm a 54-year-old Jewish mother, about 13 pounds overweight with glasses, and I think I'd be flattered, but if somebody did that to my daughter, I'd have to freaking kill him.
Oh, see, you'd be flattered if it happened to you, but if it happened to your daughter...
That's a very reasonable statement she just made.
I knew we weren't way off with this whole thing.
It does matter who it happens to, you know?
And I think... Huh?
Opie?
Oh, please say I'm hot. I don't feel good about myself today. Yes?
Oh, wow. She nailed you. She got you.
She did really bad. Because there I am hoping for a compliment. That's why I do that gag, because I know how that feels. Let's go to Jen in Brooklyn. What's up, Jen?
Hey.
Hey.
So, a couple of my friends and I were downtown one night, and there was a guy following us, and I noticed that he had his hands in his pocket, and there was quite a bit of movement going on.
Jingling his change.
Oh, yeah, lots of change in there. Then the grunting started, and the heavy breathing, and he started walking faster and faster. Before you know it, we were, like, running down the street. This guy is following us the entire time, hands still in his pants. Then we ducked into some sushi place with a big window, and he stood at the window and stared at us until he was done.
That is, like, creepy, horrific, and funny all at the same time, because the guy is running after you, jingling his change, grunting, and you're walking faster, and he's continuing.
I just can't. Yes. I can't get that whole mindset. Like, how do you perform?
I don't know.
In that circumstance, I don't know.
Do people realize this is like there's a fine line between this being a horrific crime and an SNL skit, right? That's what we're trying to explain here today. All right, thank you. All right, let's go to Joe. Joe on Long Island. What's up, Joe?
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Yeah.
Ever seen the videos of the subways in Japan where they got the guy with the stick pushing everybody in to make them like sardines?
Yeah.
Well, it got so out of hand there that they created women-only cars during rush hour. They're pink cars, and during certain hours, there are no guys allowed whatsoever.
Oh, man, I have a great joke, but...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was thinking. It kind of got my mind going, too.
Wait, write down what you were going to say, and I'll write down what I was going to say. Let's see if we have a match. Do we have some match game music?
There's the match game music. I need a pen.
All right. I'm writing my answer down.
Right.
Are you ready?
Almost.
All right. All right. See, we're not allowed to do Asian humor anymore. And I truly believe there's a lot of Asians out there that should be pissed off at that. I don't know why they're being excluded from a comedy
see, I
show.
didn't go that way.
What, you saw what I wrote already? How'd you see what I wrote?
I didn't, but just from what you said, because I didn't make any type of Asian joke. Even though it's...
All right, what do you got?
I wrote this.
Certain times of the... I wrote this.
Okay. God damn, those are funny.
See, if I was able to do it Asian humor, people would actually think I was funny.
That's funny. I went with a time of the month joke.
You went with a squeegee joke.
Yeah.
What? Yes, no, Joe. Please, I'm not feeling good about myself. Yes, Joe.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better,
yeah.
I think you're hot.
Thanks. I think. All right, Joe.
What?
You know, in Mexico, they also have those female-only subway cars.
Really?
Yeah.
Even,
I was reading about that today.
I never even thought I would need to hear that. Like, I just, that's something I never thought of in my life. Hey, they have just female-only things because so many women get
where's yours,
harassed.
Why?
Where's your answer? Really? Yeah, because some of the Pal Talk people want to see it.
They really want to see my humor?
They want to see yours. See the privileged people watching our program on the live cameras that we have here from Pal Talk.
All right.
They'll get the thing. And what was the question?
It wasn't a question.
Yeah, it was like the female-only cars.
Subway cars in Japan, and there's a guy with a stick that, shoves people into the subway.
Right. Car. And there is...
Wait, you have to...
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
There's more of a joke about very good. Getting a lot of laughs.
See, people, I can be funny. See?
Oh, Pat from Unagi has a funny one. It's just two simple words. Boxcar.
Andrea, what's up?
Gregorio.
Hey, thank you. Yes, what's up there?
I think you're hot.
Well.
Okay, here's the story.
Yeah.
I used to work construction a long time ago when I was on the red line, and a guy was rubbing up against me, and I just looked at him and went, "Are you serious?" and busted out laughing.
Right, that's what happens, right? For the most part?
Absolutely. And Antonio.
Yes?
You are not paranoid.
Oh, thank you. I knew.
You're welcome.
A little callback.
I knew I'd get some support there.
Have you seen that movie, Mr. Brooks?
Mr. Brooks? Yes, it's a classic.
And that's why you should have guns in your house.
She's talking about the one with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a classic?
I consider it a classic.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
Was it a good movie?
I like any Kevin Costner movie.
The preview looks really good on demand, but is it good, Anthony? Be honest.
Yeah.
I know Dane Cook's in front of the show. Is it a good movie?
Well, Dane's performance is, Dane, but it's not. It's him not trying to be his normal wacky self.
Right.
But yeah, I like it.
Okay. So basically, no. I should watch Ratatouille again. Ratatouille again.
Make sure you see No Country for Old Men.
I saw
that.
Anthony just saw.
Man,
good, right?
That gas station scene could be
one of
in the top scenes of all.
That is really
right up there with
good
Pulp
one.
Fiction. Sam Jackson in the diner.
Yeah,
we're gonna be.
That is good. That little discussion they have back and forth.
That's your lucky coin.
That guy's just crazy. I love him.
Me and Gavin was watching it, and all I can think of, right, when I was watching that scene is, you just go, I daydream about sometimes being the end of your life guy. Just the guy that all you have to do is go, "How's your day?" Excuse me?
Excuse me?
And you just go, "Oh my God, no, this is the end of my life guy." This is the guy that's going to kill me because I said, "How are you?"
I was just minding my own business, and here it is.
I dream about being end of your life guy. I dream of it. I'd give up comedy to be that guy.
Yeah.
Just the end of your life guy. No, sir, you can't come in here. So, what? What'd you say?
Pardon?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
And then she realizes,
what's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh. Well, what do I get to win? Everything. Everything.
You've been betting it your whole life and just didn't know it. Oh.
Here it is.
Oh, dude, you just don't
Here's
know.
the end of life guy.
Oh, boy.
He picked me today. Damn.
What time do you go to sleep?
You live in that house in
You
the
live
back?
in that house?
What if I come back and see you? What?
Oh,
what?
damn.
It's the end of your life.
Oh. End of your life guy. End of your life guy.
I'm sorry, man. What a great movie that is.
It really is.
That gas station scene is.
The ending was,
I didn't understand it.
Yeah, when those,
they're trying to do that now in Hollywood. They don't want the basic Hollywood ending anymore.
I don't get what.
We're going to be doing a coin toss thing on our show, by the way.
What are you going to do?
Life for